around the time that I took on the PG purchase, there was a pretty strong, backlash to that, I think, and one of the papers was really big against it. And, one was for it, and the other was neutral, and there was a lot of strong interest that were part of the Texas Pacific bid. Obviously, Neil Goldschmidt and others, and I think before Governor Goldschmidt went down, I was the only person in public life that actively campaigned against his proposal. I debated Tom Walsh at the City Club, and there became a pretty clear, strong organizing idea that sort of the Portland Business Alliance and some of the utility interests were going to get rid of me in '06, and that dynamic became pretty serious. They put together a plan called First Things First that you may remember and raised $400,000 to refer voter-owned elections. And if you listen to the polls that were going on, the voter-owned election referral campaign was going to be a campaign against me, and then they recruited somebody to run against me, Senator Burdick. And so there was really a strong sense that this was going to be a fight for who was in control of City Council. Not that I control it, but it's clear that if I lose that election, it's a good chance voter-owned elections are gone, and a lot of things. And so there's a lot at stake, and I felt like at the time I probably, it's hard to go back in time and be 100% sure, but let's say we had won the PG bid, or let's say things were kind of more settled, I probably would have not sought re-election. It had been 10 years, and I was pretty close. And I think I've been pretty honest. I had a lot of conversations with close advisors saying, I think I may not run. And then what happened was, as things developed, it became relatively clear that this was going to be a big fight, and that if I didn't run, I was turning over the seat to a pretty organized effort of folks that a lot of the people who supported me and a lot of things that I stand for stood to lose a lot. So I decided to make that race. The summer of '05 was a very, very tough summer for me. My dad was a very healthy national caliber runner, nationally ranked 61-year-old runner. He got diagnosed in June and was gone in August. It was the exact same time I was negotiating the PGE deal, which then fell apart. And I'm not looking for sympathy, I'm just saying it was a tough year for me. And what happened was, just months after that all went down, I had to make a decision, go or no go on the election. And it felt to me like if I walked away at that point, the things that I had fought for go away with them. Yeah. And so what I decided to do was run, and ended up running, I think, a great, really strong race, won the election, and most people were sure. I mean, everyone predicted it was a guaranteed runoff. I got it done in May, so I actually, in a sense, got reelected 7-8 months before the end of '06, which and I've spent all of that time shoring up all the things that I said I would do. And so I'm not trying to make some big case that I said I'd do X and I've done it exactly, but I'm saying that there was a whole couple-year history that led to that re-election. There was a whole bunch of things that were at stake that I think were in addition to my serving. And so I have some, it's always hard to say I'm going to walk away and not feel like you're not doing what you said you would do. But I feel like, in a lot of ways I've, done what I set out to do, and I've stuck at least true to the things that I've said I would fight for.